Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I swore I was gonna be blogging and posting every day while I'm out here in South Africa. And I've been tired, yo. Like as soon as my flight got pushed back, which pushed me back from like a resting, recovering day. Not only is it 6 hours ahead, but the 18-hour flight. And as soon as I landed, I had to take a breath right there. As soon as I landed, we went straight to festivals and back-to-back gigs with my homie Akio. But anyways, something before I take it down that I've noticed as a Black American in South Africa, poverty is definitely real. You know, I've seen poverty a lot of places. You know, I'm Jamaican, my family's Jamaican. I've been to a lot of hoods in America, and yeah, poverty in South Africa is pretty real, and there's just a big gap. So the rich areas are rich and up to date and beyond in some ways technologically as well, but the poor parts are crazy poor. Like I would compare it to like maybe Newark and you know like the boroughs in the '90s though. Like not right now, but like not, maybe even the '80s. It's like you know post-apartheid South Africa, right? And I went to the Apartheid Museum today, which was very real and just dense and full of so much information about what was happening out here, which I vaguely know about, to be quite honest. Or I would say surface level, you know, information about what's been happening. There's other people than Mandela that were involved, you know, and beyond the movie that I watched years ago, my first real experience out here. Anyways, what I noticed is although the poverty is real, you got to watch yourself, you got to protect yourself, you got to be vigilant, you know what I mean? Like you got to be street smart. And people are just on some extra, oh, be safe shit. But it's just, you know, it kind of annoyed me at some points. I'm just like, yo, every time I tell somebody I'm in South Africa, they're just like, be safe, be safe, be safe. I'm like, I'm safe everywhere, my guy. Like, I don't go nowhere without moving safe. You know what I mean? And I've been to you know, I just was in Kingston, Jamaica, you know, and of course, be safe on a Manhattan subway too, and being aware of who's around and you know the energy of what's happening around, because you never know what the fuck may go down. But anyways, so poverty is very real out here, but the energy to me of the South Africans that are at least like making a decent living to make it to the club and you know live a normal, you know what I would say a normal life of you know a millennial, they're just more have more pride. They're just a bit happier than the average American, despite like their parents literally just getting over apartheid. Like that shit ended in the '90s. And if they're 20 something today, that means their parents and grandparents very close was like fighting a war against white supremacists, yo. Crazy war out here against the Dutch and the English. That yeah, but they're still just a bit more prideful and happier. And I say that because I think it's because they know that this is their land. Like their tribes, their original background is here. They weren't brought here on those slave ships, allegedly, or whatever, you know, at least with no story. That's a whole nother topic or whatever. You know, they weren't brought over on those slave ships. They weren't, you know, stripped of their language and their spirituality. And, you know, I mean, Christianity's big out here too, but like, you know, they speak their Zulu, they speak their Xhosa, they speak, you know what I mean? What was another one? In Leti, they speak like 13 languages out here, you know, and they speak their language. Like I met this one girl, beautiful woman from Inleti, I think, is the name of her tribe. And like, she's like, yeah, I'm named after my tribe's language. That's pride, you know what I mean? Like my government name is Todd Smith. My shit is a straight English man slave fucking name. I have a slave name. I don't know where my ancestors come from. I mean, I can just assume they come from West Africa because a lot of Caribbeans come from West Africa, but I don't have no direct connection to no culture, no like culture that wasn't originated, you know, like Jamaican culture was shaped during slavery, during the British rule, you know, during colonizing. The way even patois, which is English based, is straight from the colonizer, you know, and it's like we don't, you know, they speak English out here. Don't get me wrong, but they all speak Zulu. They, I mean, I'm not gonna say all, but for the most part, the average people out here speak 4 or 5 languages, and despite the poverty, the unemployment rate, which I'm hearing is like 29% out here, and the poverty and the gutter streets. They have crazy gutter streets out here with the most trash on the streets and the most dilapidated things I've seen. Probably, yeah. I'd say, I mean, it's hard for me to say worse that I've seen so much in America and some of the worst hoods in America, but their trash system is you know, like, they still don't have as many gun murders as America. You know, it's just like certain things that's foreign to us, like their trash system. You know, there's mad trash on the streets. I don't know if it's a pride thing in that case or not, but at least as a being, as an African, as a South African, you know, they be doing their chant in the club, the chi, 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 chi. You know what I mean? Like they have their own thing that's prideful, that's on some warrior shit. And yeah, to me, that's the most blatant difference that I've noticed out here as, pardon, as a black man in South, shit, as a black man in South Africa. Goddamn peanuts. But yeah, comment. If you've been to South Africa, let me know your experience. I've seen mad bad experiences of people posted on YouTube. I just think they ain't street smart. I just think they're not used to being around so many black people. And I don't know. It's dangerous out here. But if you're street smart and you walk, you know, protecting yourself, you're good. I've met people that said they got mugged, and I've met people, they do target women though, honestly, like, which is pretty weak. You know, they have their own destroyed things that they're dealing with. Obviously, of course they do. It's just it's a different kind of battle and lacking of pride that they deal with out here. I will say it's more brotherly. In another sense, they still on a tribalism shit, just like we are. Where you from? What hood you from? What country of Africa you from? You know. But overall, again, it's just an energy that they are more intelligent. I would definitely say that. They're more intelligent. They're more prideful. They have more pride, not prideful, but they have more pride in their culture. They understand their culture. They know their tribes and where they come from. And that's beautiful. That's definitely something that I just picked up on tonight. I had to dip out early. I'm back in my hotel. Yes, I'm staying in some nice-ass hotel. I was in the hood, too. But, you know, I need to see different parts of South Africa. My hotel is gorgeous. And it wasn't even that expensive. But, anyways, more to come, I promise. P for that. Passport.